That's real talk, man. Let's get into a couple more questions before we jump into your back in the day segment. Eazy E, let's see. We did Eazy E. Let's go to someone else. Christopher Harris. Have you ever publicly told a story about why clientele left the Wreckin' Crew? Have we talked about that? I can't remember.
Maybe, but it was. You got to understand, man. Everything we did back in the day wasn't no books for this shit. Wasn't no classes. Wasn't no YouTube channel to figure out how to do shit. And we got our first record deal. Michel'le gave us like 25 grand, but I had to recoup my money because I paid for the album out of my pocket. Okay, and that was always a problem because I wore so many hats. But I spent all the money. Okay, I was the owner of the label and the leader of the group. Okay, so that means that not only did I get my group share, I got the label owner share. Okay, so that means if I spent 5 or 10 grand making an album and we got 15,000, guess what? I got my 5 or 10,000 back. Okay, whatever it was, I got my money back first. Then whatever's left over to split with the group, split with the group, I got a chunk of that. I didn't have no partners back then. So things always looked bad, but it was just regular business. And clientele, we had a manager who was really in clientele and Dre them, here to tell you the truth. And they left. All of them left me. They left me high and dry one day. And when after I finally was able to catch up with them and tell them what was going on, because she told them I bought all kind of shit. I bought buildings in Compton, and I got $300,000 for this, and it was only $300 because they used juice for a show called Dance Fever, my first licensing deal. They only gave me $300 for a license to use juice for the finale. I was proud as fuck they chose the record, but you know when you young and your record was on the radio, on television, and we don't know nothing about the nuts and bolts of mechanicals or whatever the case may be, and because the record was on the radio, she blew it up to make it seem like it was a lot bigger than what it was, and everybody left, and then when I explained to them what the deal was, and I ain't bought no fucking apartments in Compton, I ain't doing that. Oh, she left. Here's the crazy part. When we got the money from Michel'le, she came to all of us and says, hey, I'm going to buy some ads on Jet and Ebony magazine to promote you guys' album. I need $4,000. I looked at all three of them. I said, y'all want to do this or what? And they said, yeah, let's do this. So we gave the broad $4,000. We ain't seen the ad in Jet. We ain't seen the ad in Ebony. And I ain't seen that bitch since then, okay? So that's the kind of shit we was dealing with, okay?
Damn,
we took that hit, okay? I got my money back. We took that hit. And then, you know, we split the rest of the money up. And, you know, sometimes, like I said, nobody from the hood has ever had a record deal before. Nobody from the hood got record lessons. So they told him he should have got a lot more money than what he did, and I gave him I gave him our arranged amount, and plus he wanted to go to school, you know, and I wasn't mad. He was still in school. Clientele was always in college. He was working and going to school at the same time, and you know, some of the travel time didn't work for his schedule, so he left.
Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? And then we'll get into the back in the day segment. Anybody besides Lonzo left from Michel'le Records?
Hell yeah. Michel'le had an exodus like motherfuckers leaving Egypt. Egyptian Lover left first. He went to Priority. LA Dream Team left, went to Universal. Timex Social Club, they had a hit. They left, went to Warner Brothers. Then Wreckin' Cru left. We went to CBS. Michel'le was the pass-through spot for up-and-coming artists, okay? And because Don was notorious, there was no QuickBooks back then. We barely had a computer accounting system back then, and Michel'le couldn't keep up with the volume. I mean, you got 30, 40 labels at one time, sometimes even more than that. Some of them were selling, some of them what? Plus, he was trying to figure out how he could steal from everybody. And then meanwhile, he's taking in any and everything that had some of it had no market value whatsoever. So he's losing money on the manufacture of the product. So yeah, everybody left, and I'm the only one that went back. I'm the only one that had to come back.
Michel'le. And I wonder, I was kind of reading that. I wonder if he meant, is there anyone left from Michel'le? Like, meaning, besides you being alive, is there anyone else? Like, a lot of people, right? Like, yeah.
I know Chuck Fassett.
Maybe I could be reading that wrong. I don't know.
Chuck Fassett, the marketing director, I talked to him a couple of months ago. Don McMillan allegedly is still alive, but I know he's not that well. He has Alzheimer's and diabetes, so he has his health issues. Jane Daly, the white lady who was kind of our in-house spy, she just passed recently from cancer. And nobody else I would know how to find them. Those are the main three.